Hi, thank you so much for coming to watch. Dr. Darcy here. Today I have three phrases that I would like you to practice saying either to your inner critic or just say them out loud when you know your inner critic is around. One of the most important things that we can do as we practice self love, as we start to really honor the sacredness of our own soul and put ourselves into our own circle of kindness, is to figure out ways that we can soften or tame or quiet the inner critic. The real thing is the inner critic needs loved on and healed, but that's a whole nother thing. What I want you to do when you can tell the inner critic is around, and here's how you can tell the inner critic's around. It's if you feel yucky. Seriously. Just when you feel depleted or yucky, I want you to know that there's something going on with that kind of inner voice that says, you kind of suck, or this is never going to be right, or uh, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, or any of those sorts of things. Usually the inner critic is saying things pretty directly to you about you. You didn't do that right. You didn't do that right. Your body's not right. Your money's not right. Your relationships aren't right. The way you're doing things isn't right. You didn't try hard enough, or you tried too hard, or just all of these things that can bring up regrets. It can also make us feel like, maybe I should just give up. All right. So when you're feeling kind of yucky, assume the inner critic is there, sort of going, you're bad, you're wrong. And here are three phrases, and they're kind of awesome. The first phrase, when you can feel the inner critic, is to simply say out loud, I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. As you're watching this video, really just say that out loud with me. Ready, go. I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. So you're not going to fight the inner critic. You're not going to try to explain away what it's kind of doing. But when you're always going to be fat, you're always going to be broke, you're always going to be lonely, you've tried before, you're never going to do it right. Okay, so it's doing that thing. And just out loud, we're going to say, I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. So that's the first phrase. When you start practicing that, you can use that just as a mantra. Then what happens is you're going to unhook from being so um, from taking the inner critic's message and acting like it's truth. Instead, it's like, yeah, I heard you. You know, I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. Here's the second one. The last two are like two phrases kind of stuck together. So here's the second phrase. I love myself and I do not give up. Oh, for real. Let's say you're working on, dieting and you're like, the weight just went back on, or I just ate, the two desserts, or I just drank 3 glasses of wine. Anything that you're trying to, shift and change. And it feels oppressive when the inner critic goes, you're never going to do it right. And it feels really yucky. It kind of feels like you almost want to give up. And again, I don't want you to try to fight the inner critic. I don't want you to even try to. I was talking to somebody, I was doing a training today, and somebody typed into the chat, well, when my inner critic comes out, I just say, shut up. I laughed and I said, okay, excuse me. If that works for you, then go for it. Does that work? She goes, yeah, not usually, but sometimes it feels good to say that. Okay. So if things are working, keep doing it. But what I want you to try, especially if it's doing that, like, you're never going to live up, you're never going to change, I want you to kind of take a new posture, kind of stand up really straight. or sit up really straight and literally out loud just go like this. I love myself and I do not give up. And you can say it with that sassy little attitude I just did. Say that with me. I love myself and I do not give up. And you can say it even if you don't feel like you love yourself. And even if you're like, maybe I am going to give up. I love myself and I do not give up. It's really powerful. I want you to practice it. And then the third one, it's the third phrase I want you to use when you can feel the inner critic be around. And I want you to say, "Aw, thank you for trying to keep me safe, but we're going to do it differently now." What? Because did you know that's truly the job of the inner critic? It's not doing it very well. It's trying to mush doggy you into doing it, being perfect, living up to your potential. But it's because it's terrified all the time. It only feels safe if everything's perfect, but nothing's ever perfect. That's why it never feels safe. That's why it's kind of a shithead to us all the time. So instead of buying into what it's saying, I want you again to get in that posture that means I am the captain of this ship. And when you hear and feel that inner critic message, I want you to stand way even taller and with way more empowerment than the inner critic. And I literally want you to go like this. "Aw, thank you for trying to keep me safe, but we are doing it different now. Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but we are going to do it differently now." Say that one with me. Repeat after me. Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but we are going to do it differently now. So I want you to practice any or all of those three phrases. And no matter when you're seeing this video, do it for like about a month. The first one is, I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. The second one is, I love myself and I do not give up. And the third one is, aw, thanks for trying to keep me safe, but we're going to do it differently now. One's not better than the other. Use the one that calls to you that you can kind of feel like, oh, that's kind of right for me for the moment. I'm Dr. Darcy Lord. I am all about self-love, inner guidance, manifestation. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and give me a thumbs up. And thank you so much for coming to watch. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.